is a little dress. And I got a keyboard, so work from home is on the table. So yeah, I want to thank my friend for giving me this keyboard because I've been needing a keyboard for the longest and I finally got it. I know they be watching my videos sometimes. So yeah, I just want to say thank you because without you, I'll be still wrestling with this keyboard. And this keyboard has went through some water damage and it's not really working. Like, most of the keys don't work. Now I said I'd try to plug it in and see if it'll work. So that's what I'm doing now. See, the light came on, but as I go in and press on all of the keys, they are not budging. You know, it doesn't work, but so it went through some damage, being the fact that it's, a lot of drinks and stuff has been splashed on it, and that's why I haven't been using it. But now I am going to go ahead and toss it since I have a replacement. So yeah, I am really, really excited. So yeah, these keys is like super, super sticky. As you can see, they barely can even press in. So I was curious. I was curious to try it, but now I've tried it. My plant is doing really, really good, as you can see. But now that I've tried it, I got closure, and it's time to toss it away. So yeah, thanks again. I appreciate you. And with that being said, it's time to clean up. Kitchen is a mess. Table is a mess. Like, I literally have to clean up. Laundry is piling. His laundry piling up. His room is a mess. I gotta get it together in here too. And this is still some more dirty laundry. Like, my room is horrible. This whole house is horrible. No, I have to clean up eventually. I need to get my life back together. Outwardly, inwardly reflecting on me. I need to get it together. So yeah, that is just what I'm going to do. Time to clean up. Yeah. My living room. I wind up putting a little puzzle heart over there with his little other thing that he made me. So he made me this, so I'll just put that right there. Yeah. It's all clean in here. And I get this cup. Put it in the sink. So yeah, I did the living room. Now I have to sweep in here and do the dishes. Because with them being busy all the time and me having too much on my mind, it's the perfect moment to unwind, you know. So this movie, it was about this girl. It was about this guy, and this guy was like, he was really
intelligent, like he was an intellectual individual. Like after they finished having sex, why did he pull out a book and start reading a book? Not like they wasn't in the house or nothing, but he pulled out a book and started reading a book in the car. You know, and she was like, if anything happened, I can just hop out the car and get my kids. So this is the perfect place to, you know, have this sex. So then they had sex. He paid her $300, and he took out his book and was just reading a book. And she was like, "Is you reading a book? This is why you ain't my type. You too, you know, you too in your head. You too intellectual for me." And I'm like, wow. So, this guy, like I said, this guy is like, he seemed like he's a humble type guy, and he's about, you know, himself, but he also wants to find a woman to kind of, you know, settle down with. But at the same time, it's just like his friends making him seem like he a player and he this, that, and the third, and he be out here with all these women. When it first started off, I'm like, okay, maybe there's a reason behind it, because he was with this African girl, and this African girl, like, she was like, you're in my energy. I need to kind of, you know, let go and unwind and get my energy right, but you kind of, you know, blocking a moment of me, you know, getting this space that I need. You know, your energy is interfering with mine, and it's just kind of hard to tell where I'm at. Like, so I'm gonna need for you to go. And he wanted to leave him. So, after that, he went to the bar with his friends, and then he wound up getting like this little prostitute, and that's when they had sex. I'm like, so is he into that girl or not? Like, and obviously, you know, she was just, I don't know if they even slept together. It didn't seem like they slept together or anything, but he wound up leaving. And he wound up meeting this girl, and this girl, you know, she had like an eviction notice. But before that, they met, and then I was like, well, you think like that she got with him and pulled them strings just so that he can help her with her rent? And it turns out that she wound up moving in with him. And I'm like, okay, that can't be the case then. You know, it can't be the case that she pulling on them strings, because she wouldn't have moved in with him. Like, oh no, I'd rather you pay my bills than me moving in. So I'm like, okay, she must be serious about him. And he was also serious about her, I guess. And they was only on a date for like 3 days, like probably 2 dates, if that. I'm like, y'all already moved in together, but you know, I don't know. So she wound up going through his phone, and she was like, you texting all these women, like, who is these women? I'm gonna need to trust you, because it's a lot of men in the past that cheated on me, and I don't want you doing it the same way. So I'm kind of like, you know, keeping my guard up right now, but I don't want you doing the same thing to me. And he was like, well, you see, I haven't texted him back, right? Since me and you've been talking. She was like, right. And that just kind of, it reminded me, because I used to be the same way. You know, I have all like these different guys' numbers, and I would text them. But if I get into a relationship, or I'm pursuing something serious, you will see me not text. Like, you will see a whole bunch of messages coming through, but I'm not replying. So I'm just like, a lot of people ain't understanding like that. Like, the way that she was like, oh, okay, and she kind of backed off. A lot of men ain't gonna do that. Like, they're like, I'm gonna need you to delete this person. I'm gonna need you to block them and this and that. Like, it's not enough that I'm not texting them back, but you can see that I'm not texting them back. But it's still an issue, you know. So that kind of just brought that up. I'm like, I was in that position once upon a time. But it's all about trust. So at first she hurt his feelings, and, you know, he was kind of just brushing her off. But as soon as she like touched his leg and started caressing him, and then that's when, you know, they started having sex again. And they just, you know, bypassed that. So then his mom came over, and she was just like the girl was really like disrespectful towards his mom. But and it was just like a, you know, your girlfriend or me type moment. And then he was like, Mom, I'm going to need you to go because you over-exaggerating. But then he also checked this girl. She was like, oh, you're going to need me before I need you. That's what she told her son, and she left. And he checked this girl. He was like, you was real disrespectful and rude to my mom. You know, I'm going to need you to calm down. She was like, da-da-da-da-da, like talking smack about his mom. And she was like, oh, I'm going to need you to go now. You got to get out now. I'm like, see, I understand that part. But, so yeah, it's at the point where she blowing up his phone and this and that. I'm like, I'm like, well, it's easy to tell where this movie is going a little bit, but like movies like that, you really don't know where it's going to go, honestly. But I was just thinking like maybe he was going to get with the girl, the African girl in the beginning, and then wound up breaking up with that girl. But I didn't like, so yeah. So that was my little prediction, but I guess it was wrong because they wound up saying that, you know, I seen a preview, this ain't how it's going to go. But like I said, movies like that, they kind of have you thinking in a way like, you know, the obvious isn't so obvious, especially movies like that specifically. These type of movies is like, they acting skills is like off. You know, those acting skills is like horrible. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like those type of movies, you know, it really have you thinking, but it's like those movies are not obvious as they may seem. And he was like, yeah, you learn a lot about these. I'm like, what? The only thing you learn about these movies is that they belittle you. You know, they dumb you down to where, you know, it had you thinking too much about something that shouldn't even thought about. Like, a lot of stuff don't even make sense. And I was saying that about, like, this guy. He was like, the guy was at the bar with the other guy, and the guy was like, see, now that makes sense. But the thing about that is his friend didn't make sense. But that's his way of, that's how, what makes sense. And I'm like, people just got a whole bunch of different, love languages to where, it makes sense to this person, but it don't make sense to this person. It's just like, some situations are meant to dumb you down, but some situations are meant to make you think. I feel like I said, the lesson behind these movies is don't expect the obvious to be obvious. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm about to go over here and do these dishes and stop yapping. So, yeah, I feel like I'm procrastinating because these is lots of dishes. So, yeah. So I'm going to read a little bit of this verse, and this is Mosiah 4:14-24, verse 19. It says, "For behold, are we not all beggars? Do we not all depend upon the same being? Even God for all the substance which we have for both food and remnant, and for gold, and for silver, and for all riches which we have of every kind." It's basically saying that, who are you different than anybody else? Everyone is going out into this road. We look down upon beggars. We look down upon a person that's going out and asking, oh, can you spare 50 cents? Can you spare 5 cents? Can you spare $1? We are all beggars to something. If not money, then something else. We're beggars for riches. We're beggars, to be something. We're beggars for gold. We're beggars for candy. There was this one conversation that I was having with one of the sister missionaries. It was actually one of the upperclassmen, and she was talking about how, she had this craving, like she would devour her whole house for some chocolate. Like if she didn't have chocolate, she would go out of her mind. She would search all the cabinets looking for the specific chocolate, and it's like if it's not food, then it's something else. Everybody have this this part of them that just wants more. Even though she the hunger for this chocolate subsided, eventually she stopped and she looked at her house and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm addicted. This has to stop. It's recognizing what's going on, recognizing, your problem in that moment. But the question is it a problem? Is it a problem? Just like I said, we talked about the void. What is the void? That part of you that God will judge is the void. Whatever's troubling you, whatever you feel like you need to fill that emptiness. Whether this emptiness could be, I need a person. I need somebody next to me. I need a partner. I need a significant other. I need a friend. I need a best friend. I need my sister. I need somebody that lives with me. I feel empty. Why do you feel empty? Because that place is empty. Wherever you're looking for, there's something that's empty inside of you that keeps making you go out to fill that void. Whether it's ice cream. I feel some type of way, so I'm going to get ice cream. I'm going to go out and I'm going to keep getting ice cream because I'm filling that void. I need to fill that void. All of us are, back to the topic, all of us are beggars in one way or another. There's people that beg for attention, beg for conversation, beg for something. It can be, like I said, it can be attention. People coming out here and they're begging, to be heard. Something like that. I'm begging to be heard. I'm begging that you listen to me because no one else is listening to me. I'm begging for this, that, and the third. I'm begging for God. I'm begging for God to come into my life. And, we're begging. Everyone is a beggar. So who are you, to be different than anybody else? If, in fact, we are all the same. We are all the same. I need to actually boil these hot dogs. So this is done. I think this is done. I just took that off. It better be done. And my hot dogs ain't even cooking. That oatmeal is top notch. So yeah, let me get back to this. Hold on. Okay, so even people who go to work, they're employed, but guess what? They're going out and they're begging. They're begging for that money. That's the reason why they're employed, because they need the means. They need, they need. Even workers are beggars. They are the beggars that actually, that got help, What did they do before they got that job? They were begging for a job. Now that they got that job, they're begging for time. They're begging for more money. They're begging. This world is full of beggars, and I won't even get into the why. So we're going to go ahead and finish reading. It says, "And behold, even at this time ye have been calling on his name and begging for a remission of your sins, begging for forgiveness of your sins. And has he suffered that ye have begged in vain? Nay, he has poured out his Spirit upon you, and has caused that your hearts should be filled with joy, and has caused that your mouths should be stopped, that ye could not find utterance. So exceedingly great was your joy. And now, if God, who has created you, on whom you are dependent for your lives and for all that ye have and are, doth grant unto you whatsoever ye ask, that is right in faith, believing that ye shall receive, O then how ye ought to impart of the substance that ye have one to another. And if ye judge the man who putteth up his petition to you for your substance, that he perish not, and condemn him, how much more just will be your condemnation for withholding your substance, when due not belong to you, but to God, to whom also your life belongeth, and yet ye put up no petition, not repent of the thing which thou hast done." So yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that every one of us are beggars. We're begging for something, Like I said, it's not attention, employment, money, conversation, food, chocolate, ice cream. We're begging for something, So we are all beggars. So if you feel low or you feel down about you going in and grabbing something, or you going out and begging for, $1 or $2, it's not your fault. This is just how the world is. What did Michael Jackson say? He said, it's nature. If they ask, tell them it's nature, It's the world we live in, So yeah, I just wanted to speak on that verse. I am about to go ahead and eat my hot dogs and my oatmeal. I'm about to have my breakfast on a late note. And yeah, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, be notified, share at your own free will. Bye.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Be notified, and share at your own free will to show you care.
Since my hair got cut and dyed, and I've had 7 days since I tried to rip a chapter out my mind. I've tried, and his laugh is just as soft as yours, smiling just as wide. He could be what I like, and his voice is just as dark as yours, freckles just as light. Could be what I desire. Still feels like my hands are tied, hands are tied, hands are tied. Cause he's got those stranger eyes, stranger eyes, stranger eyes. And he could be what I like, what I like, what I like. But he's got those stranger eyes, stranger eyes, stranger eyes. Stranger eyes, stranger eyes.
now that I'm finished, I'm about to go ahead and get these hot dogs out of the air fryer. I ran out of space on my stove to boil them in a pot, so I went ahead and put it in the air fryer on broil, and they came out super juicy, fluffy, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these up and throw them into the beans I'm making for dinner. We're having beans and franks, pork and beans and hot dogs. So yeah. Because y'all thought I was about to clean this room. No. Clean up. He, what? He about to clean his room. Did you find the other piece to your train track? You gotta add this piece to it. Clean up. So yeah, now I have to clean his room, and then I have to clean my room, and then we have to get the clothes done. Alright, where you going? Go clean up. No. No. Go clean up. He's super excited about the keyboard, but it just stopped working for some reason.